Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. It's a tournament game from, I believe, the second Legend of Stars qualifier. And this game was sent to me by FTX. He gave me the replay file. Apparently, I think it's corrupted in the replay vault. So let's see, what shall we start with? Blodir has a channel. He has made a single cast and it's quite nice. And that was... who was it? Was it Esperanto and Tagada, perhaps? On Abor. I think that's what the game was. So check out Blodir's channel for a caster who knows what he's talking about. Medicraze has made a video on this very game. He was asking for some play of the week material, and I sent him over this replay because FTX had sent it to me. So yeah, check out Medicraze's video. It's very nice. We have a couple of tournaments as well. WWPC is back, hosted by Gently, who has returned, and decided to bring back WWPC. He is very upset that high-rated players aren't joining, but I guess they're kind of focused on the end of year tournament. But there's rating brackets for, I think it's what, over 1900, under 1900, under 15 or 1600, and then there's one final one under 1100, I believe. I think that's what it is. Somewhere around 1k, so everyone can join that tournament. Everyone has a place that they can find in that tournament. And we also have another tournament to tell you about. Under 1000 tournament, 1v1 tournament. The prize is 50 bucks. And that is going to be in the 30th, I believe, of November. So it'll be on the same day as the Legend of the Stars number 3 qualifier. It's under 1000 rated, so I don't think we'll have any overlap of players there. But yeah, any of my viewers here watching who are perhaps under 1000 rated, don't worry, you don't have to admit it in public to me or anyone else, but if you want a tournament, well, now you have two. WWPC is available, and so is the under 1000 rated. I will probably cast bits of both of those. Obviously won't be able to live cast the under 1000 tournament because of the timing, but I'll definitely cast a couple games from them. So you want to be featured on the channel, go sign up and try and win a tournament. Now let's get into this game. We've gone 3 minutes in on the plugs. Maybe I should have slowed the game down slightly, but it's basically normal stuff happening. Nobody's doing anything special. Nobody is making super late air. They're being quite careful because, well, you gotta respect your opponent in a tournament game like this with a lot on the line. Yudi is building 2 factories at once there. Probably a mistake. An error. A misclick. I blame the engineers. The Mantis decide to not fight. Yudi finds some resistance and he decides, well, let's just run away and try and pick off the engineer at a different point. Blodir is keeping a very close eye on this engineer that's expanding to the 3 mexes up here. And Blodir not sending anything versus this little guy, and he's not protected quite so well. So, possibility of a kill given up here for free by Blodir, I would say, by not sending anything to the bottom. Ooh, quick transport from Blodir. That's not too common, I would say. It's not too common on this map. Blodir doing his now signature move of assisting T1 factory with T1 engineers. Nobody else really does this. and you'll see why now in a second. So it's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing, I'd say. But we'll see why. See all this time where the mantis are running away is idle time for the engineers. That's sort of why people don't really do it, but he's basically doesn't want to invest in another factory, and he has engineers in the base. The reclaim isn't too great for him, so it's not like he's losing. There's not much opportunity cost on this reclaim here. So just increase the production a little bit without having to invest in another factory. You can see Yudi not doing any of that. He has a lot more T1 factories in the base, it seems. We have 6 here versus only 3, and there's no T1, there's no T2 mexes, so this is quite strange. It just seems like Yudi simply has far more factories. Has he invested too much in factories though? Can he afford to produce out of them? Look at that. This is the eco balance we need, guys. You gotta have something to aim for when you're wondering how to improve, and this eco bar right here is something to aim for. Now of course you also have to do everything else that works, which is put your units in the right place, micro, you know, invest these resources into the right things. But in terms of eco management, that should be a goal right there, that eco bar. Now, where's T2 land? I'm really expecting T2 land because he's just not making more T1 factories. Blodir's just banking mass at this point, and he's actually making 2 T2 mechs at once with some assistance. And yeah, there's T2 land. Maybe he took a bit too long to start that, but all this mass at the bank will disappear quickly into this T1 factory. Which is something to be noted. Banking mass is not always a bad thing, as long as you can invest it into the right thing before it's too late. And Blodir looks like you can see right now he's vulnerable. This expansion quite vulnerable. This expansion, well, he's gonna save it with these engineers, or with these mantis, paratrooping mantis are dropped in. And Yudi really missed a chance there. He definitely could have killed both those engineers. And that is a big... Oh wait, he's still gonna kill them. Oh. One mistake followed by another, and it all evens out. Blodir gets what he deserved, perhaps, in the end. Although he did try a very nice maneuver with those, with dropping those mantis. He did the right thing to save them, the engineers, but unfortunately he's messed up slightly. No, that's an idle engineer. ACU, I should say. He is an engineer, I guess. A rather big one with a large gun. But he is a little idle. Yudi wants to catch up in mass extractors. He's not one to be left behind in economy. The Setner. And so he is actually probably going to catch up pretty quick. Blodir slowed down a little bit on his economy. Unsurprisingly, he's been slowed down getting this reclaim. Lost some mexes. Lost both the engineers here, so now his ACU is going to the right, and we have a strange split in the map. I hope these mantis don't run into this ACU. Yudi has taken these 3 mexes, and he will come back for this later. Blodir has taken the opposite approach, and there's so many mantis on the bottom side. Looks like a horde just came out of the base here. These were they left? Yeah, they gathered in the base. You can see Yudi has his rally point in the center of his base. I mean, I think on this map you can at least put the rally point here, and then from there send them wherever you want, and you'll have less wasted time, I would say. But Blodir is just 1 air, and he has a Jester out. Unfortunately, on this side, he is losing his expansion to superior T1 forces of Yudi. Yudi with far more T1 units, and I don't really see the T2 units from Blodir, even though he's been going to T2. He went to T2 at least... It was around 6 minutes when he was upgrading. And he had some assistance. He had mass in the bank. So this seems pretty slow to get those T2 units out. Yudi should be heading to T2, I would say. He is, and he's built a new factory without adjacency, unfortunately, to make that T2 switch. We have a drop, only 3. Oh, there's a PD here. Well, that is going to be a mass donation then. A mass donation which will not completely pay for... Oh, look at that. Blodir spots it. And now he's going to drop... Where? Where exactly? Oh, is he going to drop it all now? He is. Dropping here actually would have been fine. You could see this PD is here. If he drops here, he can kill both the mexes without engaging the PD. So the left corner is killed but not reclaimed. Blodir is really struggling here. There's so many mantis that he seems quite afraid for his ACU. Not sure how he doesn't have the mexes yet, honestly, but he doesn't. And yeah, I guess he was afraid of this army, but the army went north instead as the ACU went towards the water. And now Yudi needs to run away because he recognizes, well, he has no air control and he will get bombed to death and maybe even gestured. So Yudi's ACU is on the top side. He has some mobile anti-airs now. He's trying to make more air. Is he making support factories? We have 1 support factory. No factory in this position, so this is very vulnerable. But again, this is usually going to be Blodir's position, so it's quite good for Yudi that he has this. His map control is looking strong, and he has 42 mexes in his base now. And he's making 2 more mexes now. In this main expansion, maybe a T2 support factory would be good. Right there, I hear Corsairs from Blodir. That is not predictable at all, is it? Blodir making Corsairs. He has a distinct lack of TMD in his base. He has... Oh, he's flying Corsairs over T1 anti-air. Very bad for your T2 fire bombers to be anywhere near those things. You can see that 4 anti-airs. Ooh, they didn't kill the Corsair, but did quite a bit of damage. And the Corsair hasn't done much of anything just yet. Oh, Yudi's getting baited in. Good cover from Blodir. You see his inties were in the perfect spot. And that's a bad mistake from Yudi. He does kill one of the Corsair. No, he's actually going to kill both, isn't he? He will kill both, but again, the reclaim will be left on the doorstep of Blodir, who is actually... Well, he is making a drop. Seems to be doing pretty well with his T2 units here. This is a good fight for him. The hoplites making a big difference. Oh, will he lose this hoplite? Please no. Oh, he nearly killed it himself, but he didn't. That reclaim field, again, closer to Blodir. Then Yudi. So Yudi doing well now with this economy. Where will he make his next mexes? His AC is in a strange position, considering his air is not so good and he knows there's Corsairs around. This is about as middle of nowhere as you can get while still being on your side of the map. Blodir much safer, even though he does have air control. Hiding under the water. Stealth would make him super safe, but there's not really any point in making that just yet, considering he feels pretty safe anyway. Another support factory coming from Yudi. Quite a few air factories for him. You can see some leftover engineers. Engineers who are reclaiming trees. Enlisted to help in the fight for air supremacy. Blodir now at 62 mechs. 3 Corsairs I can see so far. What are they going to be used for? I gotta imagine that it's this poor Pigeon is going to get blasted. I like the positioning of the Pigeon because then you can put a shield right here and shield your HQ as well. Oh yeah, here comes the air. Now that's... Well, we have a fight down here. Nice use of stealth. We have rhinos squaring up against hoplites. The hoplites doing so well though. And there's no radar to help out this army. Here come the Corsairs. And Yudi knew it was coming. But he is gonna take out the Corsairs. And Pigeon doesn't explode thanks to this guy reclaiming the Pigeon. But that's his only T2 Pigeon. And that's been killed at 14 minutes. You have one T2 Pigeon and it gets sniped. That is pretty painful right now. All air needs to be paused immediately. Yudi really... Well, he's slightly ahead on the economy now. But this is going to hurt his mass income big time. You can see he's down to under 40 there. We'll see when he has full power what he'll actually... full power. When he has enough power to power all of his construction projects, we'll see what his actual income is, and you'll see just how bad that stall was. T3 land just about finished. This power snipe was actually extremely effective. He's still not finished the Pigeon, and he still has not paused any air. Well, he paused some air, but actually he was still making it with these engineers assisting the factory. Right, now let's check out his income. 73, so it basically halved his income for that entire time, as well as slowing down every single building that was constructing anything and any engineer that was constructing anything. So a late second Pigeon means that that power snipe was really painful, and also, you know, just one shield stops that, and he knew there were Corsairs around, so that is definitely avoidable. And Blodir took advantage of the mistake there and did a lot of damage, and that helped him so much. Made him basically get to T3 land for free. Now he's paused his production, which is really strange. I don't know what the hell is going on here. This is the exact time you don't want to pause this production. I can't, like, did he really pause it to make a third Pigeon? I guess he was stalling. Guess he really did need that third Pigeon. Maybe pausing just air would have done it for him though, because now he's going to lose this expansion, and he has a... Oh no, this could be very bad. He needs to immediately be defending this location. A brick needs to be sent here. The ACU probably needs to be enlisted to help out, because this could be a very painful loss here. There's quite a few rhinos and some hoplites and stealth. 2 stealth boys, we'll call them. They're called deceivers, but you know, Fallout's a pretty good game. 1 and 2, I mean. Fallout 3 sucked. T3 land 1/4 of the way for Yudi. So Yudi reacting to Blodir's tech switches. Blodir choosing to move up the tech ladder more quickly, but Yudi has, during this time, made his economy look very nice. All these storages, these 4 storages are almost equal to this T2 mechs. They're almost as efficient as upgrading a T1 to T2 mechs. So storage mechs is basically like 2 T2 mechs in one. So that's a good way of measuring your opponent's eco, which can be difficult if you don't know that. And they have a lot of storage mechs, so we did get that brick drop to the corner as we expected. There are also some T2 reinforcements, nice hoplites. Okay, this one has 700 mass kill, has a vet level. This one almost has his vet level. And this group of rhinos and stuff will need to be careful not to turn into just mass dumped on Blodir's side of the map. Yudi doing his best to get all the reclaim he can, and he is ahead on reclaim, 3,000 mass ahead. Now on the top side, he has actually lost his expansion as well. His 3 mechs expansion is dead thanks to a T2 army. Again, a lot of hoplites mixed around and stealth. So it's very nice to see players making use of these units, which are very good when you have the attention and the skill. But you can see now, once the rhinos get into range, they can do some damage. So it's not just hoplites here. We have hoplites, rhinos, mantis, and the stealth boys, and even a flak. But this army looks like it may be in trouble. I think if Yudi committed here, he might be able to kill that army. But now Blodir is dropping bricks across the map. They're slow, but they're just as fast as anything else once they get into a T2 transport. And you can see that T1 and T2 production has stopped. We have only bricks coming out. And these 3 mechs here have been saved. Blodir really lacking in storages. So Yudi has now 100 mass income. Oh wait, maybe not. Let's see what he actually has. 94. And Blodir 80. And he's getting some quite nice reclaim actually at the minute. Blodir is. Where is he getting that from? Oh, perhaps here. Well, he has engineers everywhere, doesn't he? T2 transport gets its payload away into the top of the map. And now Yudi wants to force an air fight. And he's getting some free kills. He's getting quite a few free kills actually. And now flying over the base, there's no flak here or anything. So Blodir is really just running away. There is a flak here. We also have a trebuchet. Blodir wants to run into the corner and kill these 4 mexes. They're only T1 mexes though, so maybe this is a bad decision. Now, the upside is, well, he has 2 bricks. Yudi has 1, and the rest are rhinos. So this probably won't end well for Yudi if he does force a fight here. Yudi sent Blodir's air back into his base. He has some nice air storage, air staging. And Yudi's going to start using air. He has a gunship, and he's making more. Also has T1 transport. I think T2 transport should be the order of the day. Dropping those bricks around cannot be, the value of that cannot be overstated. Now the next thing we have to look out for now, we may not see it for a little while, but it's the switch to T3 economy. Who will make the first T3 P-gen? Looks like Yudi will. And who will make the first T3 mechs? Because those can give you, obviously, huge advantage. Not just the T3 mechs, but the T3 P-gen as well. It's so efficient. You can start removing your other P-gens. Now, Yudi only has 3 T2 P-gens, so it might be actually difficult to make. Well, he's overflowing. Oh no, he has 4, sorry. Missed this one. So Yudi with the mass advantage. Blodir surely must have the brick advantage because he's just been at T2 for longer. T3 I should say. So he has 8 bricks. He doesn't have any in transports. So he has 8 versus 4. Yudi doesn't have any in transports either. So there you go. That's quite a disadvantage for Yudi. And that's the advantage of switching techs earlier than your opponent. That's a very risky drop. I mean, oh, it is an extremely risky drop. Is he actually still going for it? He can't expect to get... No. He's gonna land. There's no way that should have landed. Holy crap. Well, Yudi gave him every single chance available to catch that transport. He flew into anti-air not once, but twice. He had no radar, he had no air scouts, and still landed the drop, and now 2 bricks are going to kill all of this economy. You can see they're on they're prioritizing the mass extractors. Killing the T3 support factory would actually be the play now, I would say. I think he definitely has the DPS to do that. You can see it has less HP than the brick and costs similar amount, takes a lot longer to build. I would be going, well, he could kill the brick and then kill the HQ, or not the HQ, but the support factory. I think that would be really good, but it looks like it's not going to happen. On the top side, some damage taken, but mainly, actually, Yudi is coming out ahead here because this is just reclaim, and T1 Mex is dying is not very relevant. Now, unfortunately, this brick has gotten out of range of Yudi's brick after killing this guy, and so he's going to get a lot of damage done on the way out here. But he shouldn't be able to really escape, I guess. A second brick from Yudi is here as well. Now we have 3 bricks moving towards this expansion. And this forward factory looks really vulnerable now. There's going to be a second brick. That's 3 versus 2. And those aren't good odds. Actually, this transport is going to drop in another brick to help out. And then we'll have 3v2, and it's going to be all about positioning. Yudi needs to micro. He's losing this brick now. Need to send the low HP one back, and the higher HP one needs to go first. Oh yeah, no, he's gonna lose this guy now. Pretty sure. Oh, what's happening on the other side? A very big brick drop, killing 4 T2 mechs in the corner. Blodir does not have overcharge, clearly, otherwise these bricks would be dead already, or at least severely injured, and this is also wiped out. Still, the bricks are alive. They may actually reach the water, and that's going to be really annoying if they do. 1 brick goes down. Is he going to have to chase these bricks all the way? Well, looks like we had a 4th brick appear here. Maybe it came out of the factory, although I don't think it did. I think it maybe another one was dropped across, and Yudi got a very nice win there. Look at all this reclaim. Huge reclaim. This is like, I don't know what, like 5% of all the mass he's got in the game. He just got dumped right next to him, and they're all his opponent's bricks that he's reclaiming. So that is pretty great. Now on the top side though, we have a donation in kind for Blodir to grab, but this last couple of minutes went very well for Yudi, and we were talking about the T3 mechs, and there is Yudi's first T3 mechs, and it's actually before his PGen. He's gonna have to make another T2 PGen, I'd say, at least, to build this T3 one, I think, at this point, because his costs are just so large. Yudi's investing a lot in terms of his bricks. He is losing quite a few of them. Oh, this is bad. 2 versus 1. Nobody likes 2 versus 1 when they're the one. This brick is doomed once the cliff gets out of the way. T3 air is coming for Blodir, and he's making it before his T3 PGen is done, or even started. It's maybe a little strange. I think it's probably better to make the T3 PGen first. He obviously already has T3 for a long time. 13 bricks for Blodir versus 8 for Yudi, and again we have a huge power stall while he's making this T3 PGen. I did suggest he may not be able to really afford that, and we're down to 79, 78 mass per tick. We know that he probably has, what, like 120, 130 mass when all of his per tick, when all of his extractors are working at full capacity. T2 attack now into this corner where we've seen Blodir immediately rebuild straight to T2 mechs. He did not upgrade these. He built them with the ACU to T2. And he's running. But it's only T2 at the front, the bricks lagging far behind. And all these mechs are gonna die, but he shouldn't send the bricks in. The bricks need to run away. It's a waste. Even this reclaim would be quite substantial, but oh no, he is actually losing these bricks. 4 bricks are just dropped off, and this attack now, I think maybe more mass donation than an actual effective attack. It's at least equal. It's at least equalized, and then the tipping point would be having 2 less bricks in your army compared to Blodir not losing any. So definitely not a good attack there from Yudi. Just the T2 units alone would have been perfect. So where's Blodir's T3 mechs? That's where we need to go to next. He's missing T2 mechs here, and I'm not sure if those have died recently. Oh, T3 mechs in a vulnerable position for Blodir. No TMD. Is anyone building TMD? We have one here. We have one here. No TMD here on your T3 mechs, and he's going to make another T3 mechs here. So if you make one here, that's risky. It's pretty risky. You make your first one there, not in your base. That's risky. Making the second one as well in the exact same place and still having no defenses is surely a recipe for disaster. Yudi has such a big eco advantage right now. He has finished that T3P gen. Has 130 mass per tick. What did he go down to? Well, he was stalling. It was like 79 or something. So again, big loss of efficiency when he on some of these power stalls. Unfortunately, one was a snipe on his power. The other just starting his P-gen late, I guess. But he has T3 air. He's making T3 air now. ASF's coming out, and he has such a big mass advantage in terms of generated eco. That looks quite good for him. This fight though, oof, look at the formation from Blodir. You see how tightly packed these bricks are. They are just so concentrated. That DPS is all marking Yudi's bricks, and now Yudi running away. You can see multiple orders, different groups going in different directions. Unfortunately, this cliff right here is actually fucking with Yudi quite a bit. This poor brick is dying because of it. And he saves as many bricks as he could, but very, very good fight for Blodir. See his brick count now. Well, we have a strap bomber, as well as the bricks. 20 bricks out, plus whatever in transports. No, there's none in transports at the minute. Unusual for Blodir at this point. He's had so many drops of bricks all over the map. Ooh, that's a nice bit of reclaim to be taken. Blodir now ahead on reclaim, 40k to 35. 2 ASFs out for Yudi. He's looking for something there. He's looking to maybe kill the strat. He probably expected it to be coming, and unfortunately he missed it. And here it comes towards the base. Where is it gone? Inti fight does not look good for Yudi. Blodir has more. And the Intis will make the difference in these early T3 air stage, because you don't have enough ASF to deal with that horde of Intis at the beginning. You see he's going to lose these ASFs now to the Intis. Ooh, one survived, and so he will be able to kill the strap bomber most likely, barring it surviving off map. The strap bomber has killed 3 T2 mexes so far, as well as the storages. T1 bombers doing random stuff, and now because Blodir split his army, his bricks are vulnerable once again. There's also trebs out to do damage at a distance, but it looks like Blodir quickly has grabbed most of the brick wrecks that were left from the previous fight. So all that will be left for Yudi will be the remains of the second fight. So Blodir really achieved his mission there. Now we have full-on commitment from both players to this battle. And actually Yudi is the one retreating now, which may... Well, is it the right decision? Well, Blodir is so quick with the reinforcements. If he is no longer allowed to keep dropping these bricks to the front, he is going to be in big trouble. Because he's now committed so heavily to this position. It's right next to Yudi's expansion. And there's so much reclaim here. I think maybe he should just try and get all this reclaim if possible, or most of it, and then maybe just back away. Don't continue building up reclaim in this position. This fight is quite bad for Blodir as well. Oh, look at what is this? I was not ready for that. Unfortunately, there's some friendly fire, but this is a great fight for Yudi. All this reclaim is his. You could trade evenly and be completely happy. You could trade slightly bad and be completely happy with that fight, because again, all that reclaim is yours. Blodir making another T3 mechs. He doesn't seem to want to make them in his base. Well, he's actually making two at once. And that really goes to show how much reclaim he got, especially from this position. Got some down here as well, of course. But I think mainly here is where he got a lot of his reclaim in the last couple of minutes. And he's continually redropping. Has very nice forward factories. Needs to just move his engineers forward and get the rest of this reclaim quickly. Because Yudi is taking it from the other side. You can see there's like a line here where the reclaim stops. And that's because Yudi is taking it from the other side. And he also needs to move forward. Nice trebuchet. It's denying the engineers that are trying to reclaim. But we could definitely do with it Omni right about now. Nice work from Yudi there, sniping the T3 gunship and saving his ASF. That was quite a nice move. Still very low number of ASF, so the leftover inties from Blodir actually are quite useful for him now. 6 ASF can't really do anything versus a few ASF plus this many inties. And actually Blodir has more ASF anyway, so the air does not look good for Yudi. And Yudi's T3 mechs count is not increasing, really. He has, what, 2 T3 mechs. And Blodir has now 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's probably making a 5th, if we're honest. There's a 5th right there. On the way, how close is it? Well, it's only 30%, so not huge, but look, 195 mass. So all of these brick fights, so many of these brick fights have led to Blodir getting the reclaim, and he is now way ahead in generated mass for the moment, plus the damage he's been able to do with the strap bomber, and also a few attacks like here. This was killed by a strap bomber. No, actually, was it? Yeah, it probably was. The strap's dead here. This isn't taken. That's quite a bit of mass. Could pay for a couple new T2 mechs. Also, Yudi's topside has been so vulnerable that he can't really afford to make economy there. Needs to compensate with more T3 mechs in the base. Here's another T3 mechs on the way. Gets rid of this T1 factory so they can get the full adjacency on it. And this is also going to T3, but with the help of just one single engineer. So after this one's done, this one will be upgraded a bit more speedily, but it looks quite good for Blodir now. We're going to speed up the game a bit. Another T3 mechs in the corner. Does Yudi have a plan maybe to... If he can take out this corner, that would be the sort of swing he needs. He's now lost his T1 mechs up here. Yudi with a nice mix. He has some flak, bricks, quite a bit of stealth, has some trebs as well. T2 radar in the middle, cheeky from Blodir. There it goes. The bombers are late to the party. Have to find other targets now, and he actually has, Yudi has found a way into the back of this base and killed this mech, which was T3. Ouch. T3 mechs and a T2 mechs go down. 2 bricks would be lost in the corner and leave reclaim. Oh, that's interesting. How have I not noticed that before? Like there's like a rim around the map. Well, anyway, T3 mechs is immediately rebuilt. I think there's a bit of a stall though. Yeah, that's not building as fast as it could be, but still, he replaced it immediately. Still quite a bit of damage done. Now, if he could have got the second T3 mechs in that corner, it would have been very, very good for him. Yudi is heading to the bottom right corner with a lot of bricks. Now you can see, well, actually, Blodir has just given up this side. So he actually did what I suggested, which was to not continue committing to that location and leave more reclaim, because it's pretty close to Yudi. So he's letting off the pressure now in that corner. He has a big eco advantage. He doesn't want to commit to fights on the opponent's side of the map and leave all that reclaim there for him to take. Oh, he's making this T3 mechs very quickly, and this expansion is looking under serious threat. Where are the reinforcements? On cue. Here's a strap bomber. Takes out one of the trebs and does a lot of damage, and it looks like, yeah, with these reinforcements, Blodir will be able to hold this, and Yudi does not even bother trying to commit because of the strap bombers. That's the main reason, honestly. It just does so much damage versus the bricks, thanks to its AoE. Oh, it does get killed up. That's why you need to micro a bit more, but of course, Blodir, he's quite busy on all sides of the map, with Yudi seeming to have a lot of units now. I guess that's because, well, Blodir has been making probably, maybe too many T3 mechs. Blodir now down to 24 bricks. This is a huge fight. This looks like a smaller army, but Yudis are more spread out. And there's reinforcements for Blodir as well. You can see also Blodir is target firing each individual brick so that he concentrates fire, takes out one brick, reduces the DPS as fast as he can. And this huge fight, well, Blodir has enough units to make sure that this reclaim is probably going to be his. Most likely. He does lose these mechs up here, but this fight overall went extremely well for him, as it turned out to be a draw, and that is perfect. Draw is fine as long as I get the mass. Oh, we have an possible air fight. That looks quite even in numbers. Quite even. Maybe a few more for Yudi. In fact, a few more ASF. We have 30, 25, yeah. So Blodir does not want to fight that. He shouldn't. And you can see now Yudi has taken back the map. Maybe we had a bit too much investment in T3 mechs. Oh no, we need some more storage here. One more storage to be precise. But I think Yudi eased off on the ecoing quite a bit and turned a lot of that into more units. So he's taken back the map. Now he should be ecoing the T1 mechs probably. Eco them quickly. So if they do die, they will have paid off already. Blodir, you can see that's some confidence play there, trying to get Sams out around the map to protect himself. That seems like, you know, engaging don't lose mode. Don't give up your advantage mode, but maybe a bit too soon because those Sams have been killed and they're not that cheap. They're not that cheap, and you also have to send a T3 engineer out there to actually build them. A nice ED1, maybe upgrade that a little bit. 4k health is nice, but it's not that great. This T3 mech has 2 T1 factories around it. Good god. Well, 35 ASF, and I saw a big grid being planned for Yudi. He's still 5 ASF ahead. Yeah, we got a grid going. 2 support factories now. ACU in the base. RAS would be nice right now, I think. T3 mexes all day, every day. Here's another one. The lack of TMD is so insane to me, though. We have one from Yudi. One entire TMD covering his entire base. If it was an experimental TMD, I mean, having one would be fine, but, you know, it's only a T2 unit that costs like 200 mass. 280 mass. Oops. Blodir has made a bit more of an effort. Huge stall for him. Is he making perhaps an experimental? These strats are very nasty. Has to keep them alive because they have so much potential versus these brick intrusions. Now that he's lost the map control, he can really hold UD back with some well-placed strats and well-microed strats. As soon as they drop the bombs, you want to kite them back so that they don't run too close. And oh, it looks like they're going to get wasted now. Or not. UD does not take advantage. Okay, now he's sending some. Sends a few ASF, but he's actually going to lose all those ASF. Oh, he again takes a few more back into his base. And he's going to get 2 of the strats, maybe the 3rd one. He is going to get the 3rd one. There's only inties chasing these ASF. Oh wait, maybe not. Last trap bomber is low HP, but it does survive. 4 or 5 ASF there invested though, killing 2 strats. Pretty unnecessary damage from Blodir, but nice play from Yudi. Blodir also could repair this trap bomber. So let's see, what are we at now? Blodir with far more total mass, which is, well, down to his T3 mexes. It is fun to see Yudi get out ecoed so hard. Not what you'd expect, but Blodir is not a stranger to T3 mexes. Not at all. He's making another one here. And Yudi is ecoing in his corner now. Finally, he's able to do that. Is he feeling quite safe? Has nice map control, but map control is only slightly in his favor, really. Blodir is quite happy with what he has. He should still have the eco advantage by a distance thanks to all of this stuff here. 305 to 247, 50 mass ahead. Blodir should be pretty happy with that, and he's started a nuke launcher in his base. He has very nice adjacency with those 3 T3P gens. More strats sent after the bricks, softening them up, but this forward SAM is defended and it's killed. 1350 mass already. That's pretty amazing. Very, very nice SAM to have so forward. And this is also a very good attack. We have 2, well, no, not 2, 1 T2 artillery. That's an expensive building, and it is gonna die. It's killing civilian buildings, destroying the city. Classic artillery there, but it does get destroyed by some bricks. Uh-oh, this is a bit scary for Blodir, but we know he should have less. The inties at this point are not going to make as much of a difference. Probably not much of a difference at all. Yeah, Blodir is running away, trying to save what ASF he has. And all those inties, yeah, they did not help very much at all. A lot of bricks on the top though from Blodir. And he wants to make use of them, but that's going to get tricky if he has no air control. If we get some strats out, or T3 gunships. Oh, brick drops, multiple drip. Was that 4? No, it was 3 brick drops now onto this army of bricks, turning them all into juicy reclaim for Blodir to take with his engineers. And that's nasty. T1 bombers doing insane damage to these bricks because they're so grouped up. Why are they just... oh my god. What the hell? Oh, and a Treb. Oh my god, that Treb must have hit a dozen bricks with one shell. Holy like, once these bricks die, we'll see how much veterancy these Trebs are gonna get, because they have basically none right now. Oh, what a massacre. T1 bomber massacre. Huge battle on the bottom side at the same time. Another massive commitment. Yudi has the better formation, but there's still a huge number of bricks from Blodir. And he has engineers waiting on standby to head to that reclaim field. Who will get the reclaim there? Well, it looks like the Trebs... well, there's so many low HP bricks that haven't been finished off that took a lot of damage there. And Yudi conclusively destroys Blodir's air. And he's still wasting ASF. No. And there's even another Sam here. The first Sam did actually get killed, and yeah, look at that. Look at this. More bricks looking to get destroyed by AoE. The Treb survives the bombers. There's more coming, and while killing the Treb is fairly relevant. What's irrelevant is all these factories going to pump out engineers to take a huge amount of reclaim. Let's see how much is on the screen actually right here. 26,000. So yeah, you know, put it towards an experimental. Yudi has had this megalith planned in his head for a while, but the engineer's been paused, and all that time Blodir has been making a strategic nuke launcher at a slow pace, but I feel like he can pick up the pace right now because he's got so much reclaim here now that. And he actually has a forward T3 engineer to make a SAM launcher, which is brilliant. Otherwise, all of this could be killed by T1 bombers and Corsairs as well. Could have denied a lot of this reclaim, but now he can't. It would take like 8 or 9 Corsairs to kill this SAM launcher. And that would take a little while to make, and it would be quite expensive, so denying this reclaim is really not an option anymore. The corner, T3 mechs is coming up there, and the economy generated mass is very similar for both players, but Blodir is getting reclaim. Now this reclaim field much more spread out, and Yudi is being a little bit slower getting it. You can see how Blodir instantly pounced on all of this mass, and it's much more concentrated. And yeah, this is a reason why you gotta be so careful about those just full-on commitments where both players are just attacking brick on brick armies. Those are the most dangerous fights. Those are, if you choose the wrong time to do that, choose the wrong place to do that, you could just be throwing the game. I have plenty of experience with that. So, Blodir's finished his nuke launcher a little while ago, and he has his nuke queued up. Oh, is that a nuke? Says Yudi. He has spotted it, and just as he started his megalith, so he's gonna have to stop the mega to make a nuke defense. He obviously doesn't have Mass and storage equal to how much a nuke defense would cost. Oh, what a waste of mass here without the storage. It's quite sad. Big standoff here. How many bricks do we have? 61 bricks. Holy fuck. I don't remember the last time I saw a game where you have that much in an army. 61 bricks just out there on the field. 11 trebs. I think we could definitely do it more trebs for both these guys. 5 trebs for Blodir. And 59 bricks of very similar brick numbers. 2 flax. But a shit ton of SAMs. Holy crap. 15 SAMs. T2 artillery back here. Just for shits and giggles. I've actually done decent damage so far. They will be useful in defending against a brick army. These large brick armies will take a lot of AoE damage, and he's making more. This one has 3,800 damage, 2,000 damage. It's quite interesting to have. Wow, he has them in the base as well. 2,700. This one has 0. We have Spiderbot almost finished. As Spiderbot even closer to being finished in the bottom right corner. An absolutely huge fight, one of the biggest brick fights you will ever see in a 1v1 game, probably. It's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen, and it's actually killing my FPS to try and watch it. Oh my god. Okay. And that is the most crushing victory for Yudi. 45,000 mass on screen. And building. Some of those forward structures getting killed and giving veterancy to this brick army. The Spiderbot is finished. So they're really messed up here big time by moving forward with this brick army. That is such a massive loss there. That actually would be worth nuking. He could nuke that. Let's see where he actually has planned to nuke. I can't see, it won't tell me. And also he's stalling mass, so this nuke launcher is not constructing his missile as fast as it could be. Far slower, in fact, than it could be. Have some T2BDs trying to defend. They are only Cybran, they'll make a little difference, but not too much because bricks are already in range. And it's only a T1 shield, so that'll drop very quickly. And that's a dead T3 mechs as well, actually, so that hurts. This Spiderbot has to be careful, but the bricks aren't all in one place. They're not, they're kind of spread out. So the Spiderbot can engage the first group, get some kills. It also has those longer range cannons. Can't fire them backwards, but those can do some damage if they fire from the side. ASFs are here to try and deal with the 2 strap bombers, thinning out this brick herd. T2 artillery is getting some shots off, but they will actually go down now, and the Spiderbot is moving in saying, okay, it's time to start doing some damage now with this laser. And these bricks are so spread out that this Spiderbot is gonna do so much damage. He has to run away. Meanwhile, the reclaim not being taken at all. I don't see any engineers from Yudi heading in that direction. And so Blodir is actually in position to take some of this. That's a dead treb. Spiderbot has 11 kills, 5k mass killed. The strap bombers are still killing. Somehow the strap bombers are just getting insane number of passes, even though there's ASF right next to him. On the top side, another massive brick fight. Again, there's already engineers heading, reclaiming the bricks as they die. But Yudi is winning that fight. But we do have a second Monkey Lord, the other one that was building in the base. Oh, a Megalith! That's basically a proxy Megalith built way out in front. Could have been TML'd, just to note. But, oh, this Megalith is going to be so dangerous for Blodir. He has only a Spiderbot, no Megalith for him. His nuke launcher is almost complete. He's about 80-85% on the missile in that launcher. The problem is this megalith's probably going to go to the top, and what is Yudi going to do about the bottom? Because that's where most of this mass is. It's still 43k here, and this is all Blodirs. What's that? 21k easily. This is all defended. The bottom side is Blodirs, and that's where all the reclaim is. This reclaim here is quite nice, but well, the spider bot's walking over some of it, and again, Blodir is reclaiming. He's going to get a few thousand of that before the megalith arrives. What's going to get nuked? Because the SMD is loaded. Doesn't have a shield on it, which is an unforgivable sin, but it's loaded. And what's the air fight like? It looks like Yudi has more to an untrained eye. A slightly trained eye. I'm not exactly an amazing settings air player, has to be said. 52 to 51. Well, I take great pleasure in saying that I was right. But I did not expect it to be 1 in the difference. Don't know how this mech's died, but it's still T1. Oh, that looked like a very bad fight for Blodir. An extremely bad fight. And this Mega is pushing, and this looks so dangerous now. There's no way this Megalith will finish. It's only at 23,000 HP. This Mega is going to vet now off these artilleries, which are very expensive and very, very useless right now. The spider bot is trying to get close. The strap bombers are getting a single pass before getting wiped out. The spider is going to get into range of this megalith, which is not what the Mega wants. The spider has a lot of DPS, but actually maybe it won't get into range. Nice microing backwards there from Yudi. You can see he makes small move orders behind the megalith so that it walks backwards rather than turning around. And the spider bot, well, there's quite a lot of bricks have just appeared, and Yudi's bricks are under the water, and you cannot shoot from out of the water, from underneath the water. He's completely messed that up. The spider bot goes down, but there's so many bricks in range of the megalith trying to kill it before it can get any more veterancy. It's down to 30,000 HP. It's so low now that it can be defended against. Set 15,000. It won't die. It surely won't die. Under 10,000. Under 5,000. Oh my god. The artillery are actually doing big damage to that megalith. The nuke is launched, but I don't know where. Well, here, okay. I don't know what that's actually going to kill, to be honest. Now Yudi, trying to hold back the push here, finally moves in to engage the spider bot. The spider is not the most agile of units, and it can't get out of range of that beautiful concave of bricks before it gets wiped out. And now Yudi has to retreat. He does not have enough bricks to fight this army, and his megalith is not going to be finished. The nuke really didn't kill that much. Killed one T3 mechs. Didn't kill the support factories or build power and stuff. The megalith did get its vet level, but it's still losing HP. These artillery in the base are actually doing just enough damage, and it may actually go down. It's under 4,000 HP. It is gonna die. Oh no. And bricks are entering the base, but look at this. Very nice from Yudi, putting his bricks under a shield. That can make the difference, although it is only a T1. It's finally upgrading. All these unupgraded cyber shields. But again, this, oh no, T2 Pigeon goes down, T3 Pigeon goes down, and maybe the two more, maybe all these T3 Pigeons will go down. Oh, okay, maybe one more. There's a Treb hitting that Pigeon, what the hell? There goes one, and it kills both the support factories. And these two P-gens are in real trouble. But they will regen. And there's nothing left to kill them. Blodir 250k reclaim. 120 for Yudi. Blodir's digging into the megalith. Look at all the reclaim on his side. How much reclaim is here? 127,000. All the reclaim that Yudi has ever gotten in the entire game is now in this area. And Yudi barely has access to that. These forward bases and stuff from Blodir are so valuable. All these engineers taking so much reclaim. Yudi at least does have this patch here. I mean, I say patch, that's 85,000. Now, some of it is stuff he would not want to have to reclaim, like his air production and the power that funds it, but he does have a lot of mass to work with here at least, but certainly less than Blodir does. And there's still the problem of the nuke launcher. The next nuke, I mean, this would have been far better location to nuke. I don't know, this is a really strange nuke, honestly. But he could nuke this, could certainly nuke this. That's, I want more mechs to kill. And it looks like Yudi has lost air now. Unsurprising given that he lost so much of his power and his air production. Support factories. Blodir has... yeah, he doesn't really have... well, he has a couple extra support factories here, so... yep. And another one here. So, yeah, he has been investing into it. Finally, this forward factories will be killed. Well, maybe they will. They might not, actually, because the strap bombers are going to do a lot of damage, and maybe there would be enough bricks to defend. Yudi fighting bricks with T1 bombers again. It's proved to be effective already. What are they doing? That's quite strange. It's like a Russian doll of cyber bombers. Oof. Look at that alpha damage. Well, Blodir's position looks pretty healthy now. Pretty healthy. He's at 315k reclaim. Where's the next nuke gonna go? It's almost loaded. We're at like 95% here. He has his own anti-nuke built, but not completed. Hasn't completed the missile. Second mega is going to be done shortly for Yudi, and the first mega of Blodir's will be done at around the same time, both being built in the main base of each respective player. Blodir's spamming torp defense. He feels pretty good now. He has T3 on his ACU and stealth. He feels quite safe, or well, in a very dominant position. Oh, the megalith's reclaim is taken. The bricks and spider bot are coming next. Let's see the T1 engineer count for these guys. 150, about 150. A lot of T3 engineers though. Yes, I mean it's far more build power, but in T3 engineers there. Well, we got about 150 versus, whoa, 200. But you can see actually most of Yudi's are being used for assisting things, assisting construction. A lot of them assisting factories, or say building this megalith, which is now finished. He has 27k mass in the bank, just lacking power. Didn't replace his pigeons fast enough, perhaps. A lot of strats from Blodir may make the difference in this fight, which would be a pretty terrible fight otherwise. Oh, maybe it still is, because that's friendly fire. Oof. Sam's also on the front line, killing the strats very quickly. So that's a nice fight from Yudi. Very nice fight. Strats may actually kill some of the reclaim though, as well as doing damage. Just a nice bonus. Look at that. Just a very nice bonus. In fact, did huge damage to reclaim. God, everything's going Blodir's way. And look at that. He's starting a T3 artillery. Gets rid of a air staging to make way, and the mega is done for both these guys. One mega heading to the bottom, the other to the top. Blodir. Oh yeah, this is. I fear for Yudi's future on this top side, as Blodir takes the last of the reclaim, and with this brick army and the megas and this nuke, again, bizarre nuke actually. Is he trying to catch this brick army? I guess, but he could just nuke all 3 factories and the Omni sensor. So Blodir's nukes have been pretty bad, gotta say, but maybe he's trying to fake out his opponent, somehow catch the brick army, but it didn't work. Actually, we have 2 experimentals. Yeah, we have a spider bot here as well, which I missed. I don't know where that was constructed. Maybe it's constructed in the base as well, I guess. Need to see what Yudi will do now. Yeah, it looks like he's reconsidered. Oh my god, no, Yudi. He still has so much mass outside his base as well as in his bank. So he's actually really struggling to spend his mass income. And that's a huge problem. Just a lack of T3 engineers. You can see Blodir has made so many T3 engies. And that really helps. He's actually making way more now. He's made like 20 since I last checked. So really investing a lot in that build power to be able to spend all of this reclaim, also overflowing a lot of power so that when he does get reclaim, he does not immediately tank his economy and lose radar coverage and all of that. And now sending a shit ton of bricks into the corner to conclusively wipe it out. The mega, meanwhile, just holding position here. Yudi loses the corner now, and his mega is going to arrive and try and fight against Blodir's mega. But Blodir, meanwhile, is just killing these support factories, killing engineers, getting some reclaim from that. Not reclaim, veterancy. Yudi says, GG fun game, can't take this anymore. Damn, 1 hour, 5 minutes of pretty much non-stop action. These guys did not sit around and wait for people to do something. Just constant battles back and forth, fights for reclaim, positioning, ecoing, pushes and counter pushes into each other's base. I mean, this is quite a game, and Blodir came out ahead. Look at the reclaim. He has more than double. And he has over 1.1 million mass total in the game. This is pretty insane gameplay. Well played to both these guys. I think there's obviously, in a game like this, there's going to be plenty of places where mistakes will be made, but in general this game was played extremely well. Very good gameplay. I mean, Yudi will be cursing this pond here where his bricks were under the water. The spider and bricks came and got in range of his megalith. I think that was really towards the latter stages of the game that really tilted the game heavily in Blodir's favor, because he got the megalith so low, and Yudi ended up losing it a bit further on, just up here, and he desperately needed that mega. That mega was his ticket back into a good position in this game, because, well, Blodir didn't have a mega of his own, just bricks and spiders. But yeah, all this damage it took here was very nasty. That was excellent from Blodir to take advantage of that slight misplacement of Yudi's most expensive and powerful unit. So yeah, very well played, both these guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Check out links and stuff in the description on the screen, and I'll see you guys soon for another cast. Bye.